David Thiel is being inducted into the Montrose Hall of Fame with the Special Achievement Award for his outstanding career as an ocean engineer and project manager in the oil and gas industry, as well as his exceptional sports achievements. David is the son of Wally and Wanda Thiel. He grew up on Nanita Drive in Montrose, the second oldest among his 5 siblings, Veronica, Mark, Diane, Dawn, and Larry. David was the co-salutatorian of the Montrose graduation class of 1964, along with fellow Hall of Famer Alan Huber. He was a member of the National Honor Society and Varsity Club, and was vice president of the high school band, where he played the clarinet. He left his mark as an athlete at Montrose on the football field and basketball court. In football, he earned second-team All-Conference honors his senior year as a tight end. In basketball, David and fellow Hall of Famer Lyle Taylor became the Rams' leading scorers and rebounders on Coach Nate Price's 1963-64 team. The Flint Journal penned, "What must rank as one of the greatest 1-2 punches in state prep tourney history." After David scored 39 points at forward, while Lyle poured in 29 in an upset of 4th-ranked and once-defeated Akron Fairgrove. The Rams then beat Flint St. Agnes to take the regional championship. The team fell in a quarterfinal match against top-ranked and eventual state champion Grosse Pointe St. Paul. David and Lyle finished the tournament averaging 25 and 20 points per game, respectively. Montrose ended its season with a 14-7 record, finished 3rd in the County B League, and won district and regional titles. The team was inducted into the Montrose Hall of Fame in 2013. Co-captains David and Lyle were both named as first-team All-Conference players and finished 1 and 2 in the league in scoring. David was also an All-State Honorable Mention selection. After high school, David attended General Motors Institute in Flint for 2 years before enlisting for a 4-year hitch in the U.S. Air Force. Following his honorable discharge in Florida, he earned an Associate in Science degree from Miami-Dade Junior College and bachelor's and master's degree in Ocean Engineering from Florida Atlantic University in Boca Raton. David initially worked for Marathon Oil Company in Houston and Lafayette, Louisiana, specializing in marine engineering, offshore operations, and oceanography. He was Marathon's representative on numerous joint industry projects, JIPs, which combined consultants and technical reps from virtually all major oil companies to develop solutions for offshore oil development challenges. Marathon began to conduct oceanographic measurement programs in conjunction with wildcat drilling operations at various locations worldwide. David took the lead in the associated fieldwork in offshore waters of Brazil, Tunisia, and Indonesia. The company also sponsored field oceanographic studies in the Gulf of Alaska and the Bering and Beaufort Seas. Using wave-rider buoys and chartering king crab boats out of Dutch Harbor, Alaska, David helped set up and participated in field programs in the southeastern and northern Bering Sea, along with associated meteorological work onshore in Nome and on St. Paul Island. The resulting field data from all these programs was melded with statistical desktop studies of historical records to develop design criteria for production facilities. The Alaskan work inevitably led to interactions with sea ice in the Bering Sea and resulted in David's self-described conversion to solid-state oceanography and his Iceman moniker. He participated in numerous JIP on-ice field studies aimed at developing design ice loading criteria for structures, prominently including deployments on the Coast Guard icebreakers Polar Star and Polar Sea in the Bering and Beaufort Seas. These experiences led to a new job with Amoco Production Company's Arctic and Offshore Operations Group in Denver. David's first and most important project was the Amoco Mars Ice Island in the Alaskan Beaufort Sea. Located 3 miles offshore and 35 feet of water and 70 miles west of Prudhoe Bay. Constructed during the winter of 1986, this artificial spray ice island was built using high-capacity pumps to create a drilling site suitable for a land drilling rig. It was critical to anticipate changing meteorological and ice movement conditions in this remote, vulnerable location. David was responsible for coordinating the design and implementation of a suite of local and distant on-ice monitoring devices, as well as downloaded satellite imagery and using the expertise of world-class specialists in numerous fields. The island itself was highly instrumented in order to gather performance data for future design. Subsequent melting of the island after completion of drilling left no visible traces. David participated in long operational stints in the Arctic during the winter on Mars Ice Island in 1986, and on a modified supertanker known as the SSDC, Single Steel Drilling Caisson, from 1989 to 1990. Summer projects in the Beaufort Sea included aboard the Explorer II, a modified World War II Liberty ship, 1988, and aboard the state-of-the-art conical drilling unit, Kulloch, the latest in ice-capable Arctic drilling systems, 1991. He was also the Amoco representative on continuing JIPs on the Beaufort Sea Oil Spill Co-op and on the LPRC Lease Planning Research Committee, a subcommittee of AOGA, the Alaska Oil and Gas Association. The latter committee, which David chaired for a year, represented all major offshore Alaska operators and was responsible for coordinating technical and research activities related to offshore areas of interest throughout Alaska. Amoco ceased operations in the Beaufort Sea in 1991 after a series of non-commercial drilling results. David then cross-trained as a process engineer and became the on-site engineer at a natural gas processing plant in Evanston, Wyoming. He took early retirement from Amoco in 1999 and began a 14-year stint as a lead engineer with Questar Pipeline Company in Salt Lake City. His career highlights there included being project manager, project engineer, and operations engineer for numerous gas processing plants, pipelines, compressor stations, and metering facilities in Colorado, Wyoming, and Utah. David retired from Questar in 2013. David met Carol Smith from Ravenna, Ohio, during his first military assignment at Homestead Air Force Base, and they were married in Okinawa in 1969. They have since lived in Florida, Texas, Louisiana, Colorado, Utah, and Calgary, Alberta during David's career. They now live near Carbondale, Colorado, where David is an avid downhill skier, backpacker, hiker, and golfer. Through the years, David and Carol have enjoyed their travels using flight privileges Carol earned during her 40-year career as a flight attendant with Delta Airlines. While Alaska is their favorite destination, they have traveled widely in Europe, Australia, New Zealand, Mexico, Canada, Hawaii, and all over the lower 48. They are currently planning to celebrate their 50th anniversary next year with a trip to the UK and the Normandy beaches of France. The Montrose Sports and Community Hall of Fame is proud to bestow the Special Achievement in Sports Award to Mr. David Thiel.